This is part 2 of this episode. In the previous episode, I couldn't get a hold of Katrina, so let's get her on the phone right now. Let's give her a buzz.
Hello?
Yes, Katrina.
Yes.
How are you, mate?
I wake up with today.
You wake up with today. Well, you've got to answer with I wake up with today.
Oh, do you want to try again?
No.
Great.
How are you, mate? How's the mothering going?
It's going well. Can you hear me okay? I feel like we're in a tunnel.
Mate, I can hear you perfectly.
This doesn't sound as clear as it normally would sound, I don't think, when I'm talking to someone. Can you hear that?
I can hear you, mate. Yeah, we're going through a desk. I've got like a big briefcase that's like a soundboard. That's why. I mean, it actually should sound better in theory. Now...
It's okay. It's not too bad. I'll put the hands-free back in now.
Put it back in, mate. Put it back in, mate. Yeah. That's what she said.
Did you just say that's what she said?
Yeah, look, I just saw it there. It was just a little flick off the pads. No run, though. No run.
That thing. Digga, that thing.
Oh, do you want me to... I'm going to call you back. It shouldn't be like that. All right, I'm going to call you back.
It's got to be clear. It's got to be clear. Bye.
Tell you what, she is a real pain in the ass. And now you can see why she wouldn't rate me 5 stars.
Hello?
Yes.
You called me.
No, I know, mate. I'm not a telemarketer. It's Ash.
That sounds clear.
Is it better?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, God. Geez, no, hard to please.
There's the ticker.
Oh, well, don't worry about the ticker. Maybe that's just what it's got to be.
All right. I know, by the time we get onto it, Harrison will be back.
Okay, then. That's your son, not your lover boy, your pool boy. I just wanted to...
Feel free to edit all that stuff. Let's start again.
Why?
Right. Why
do we need to edit that?
I need to say that.
We don't need to edit. Fuck, we don't do any editing on this show. That was gold. That's our best stuff ever.
What?
Jesus, Catherine. So, by the way, for anyone listening, her name's Katrina, but I call her Catherine. It's a long story. I wanted to talk to you about how I asked you to listen to the podcast. No, sorry, I asked you to rate it 5 stars, the podcast, and you wouldn't do it. You said you needed to listen to it first because it didn't feel right. You didn't feel right just giving it 5 stars.
You can't just give a review on something without actually listening to it. You don't do a review on an Airbnb without staying there.
Yeah, but I'm your friend. So, like, even if I had an Airbnb and I said, listen, going through a tough time.
I don't believe this.
No. And I'm like, just give us a 5-star review on the Airbnb. And you're like, nah, got to sleep in your bed, you dog.
That's right.
Jeez,
you can't say, you can't say, oh, it was so comfy and spotlessly clean and the communication was incredible. You can't say all of that if you haven't experienced that.
Okay, then. So did you listen to the podcast? I bet you didn't.
No, I didn't.
So, yeah, you haven't done the rating?
No, I haven't. Look, I did listen to a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
I did listen to a little bit.
Here we go.
No, I did. I did have a listen. It's good.
Okay, it's good. Well, just write that then. Give us 3 stars and write it's good.
Listen, I was thinking about giving you 5, but you keep pounding me.
Yeah.
Why do you keep pounding me?
Oh, it's not like I call you every day. I called you once, and this is the second time I've called you, just more or less confirming what I thought. Like, I'm not going to ask you to rate anything. You know, I'm looking at starting an Airbnb in about 5 years. You know, pig's ass will be asking you to give me a review.
You can't rate something without actually seeing it. Look, I'm happy to give you the stars. I'm happy to give them to you. But don't you feel more worthy that if someone's actually like given them to you because they think that's your worth?
No. Because people have given 1 star without listening to it. You know, I've got ex-girlfriends who get on there and give it 1 star. You know, if they listen to it.
Hang on. Well, you ring ex-girlfriends and ask them to give you stars to your podcast.
No, they just do it off their own bat. So
unlike my good self, need pounding.
You love it. You love being hounded.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you actually do. That's probably why you haven't rated. You just want me to keep calling you.
Look, I will give it the stars. Look out for me. My name's Katrina. You'll see it there. I'll put in brackets just so there's no confusion.
Mm.
I'll put Kath in the bracket.
Kath.
So it'll be Katrina and I'll put Kath. And then we know, because you were going to touch on Kath.
I don't remember why I think I started calling you Kath. And you're like, my name's not Kathy. And I go, it is now. So we're almost 10 years later.
Do you think it could have, it's over 10 years. It's over 10 years. I know that you've used it in your comedy shows. It's quite famous. That's why I think for the listeners it's really important that you're right. Yeah.
You're involved with a lot of original jokes that I no longer do anymore.
I was. Some would call that a muse.
Yes. You think you're my muse. Maybe you are.
Well, I do. I just remember that, this is going back, this is way back before you were, before you had the Ash Williams show, way back. And I really put in the hours with you, actually. Remember Cleo Bachelor.
Actually, that was a big time in my life, the Cleo Bachelor. Fuck, I put some bloody horsepower into that. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. I nearly got RSI from having to sit there and keep voting on the computer.
Did I get you to vote? I did, didn't I? This is why.
Are you serious? Did you get me to vote?
No,
Did you get me to
I know that you voted, but I don't think you did it enough. And I don't know if anyone knows this, right? This is a great story. Back in the Cleo Bachelor days, I spoke to one of the head technicians at Nova, and I said, you need to create a robot to constantly vote for me. So what we did, this guy, Dan Bryant, one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet, and also great at his job, rigged up some formula. Right? It was like some computer bug. And so we had 4 computers in one of the Nova studios voting for me full time for 2 weeks. This thing was just going vote. So I thought I'd won Cleo Bachelor easily.
And you still didn't win.
I didn't even make top 3. That's why it's rigged. Cleo Bachelor, that's why it's not around anymore. Cleo Bachelor is rigged.
What I didn't like about it is I know that... Who?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't like that they call it Bachelor and that there are people in there that have girlfriends.
Yep. Dun, dun, dun.
They did. You told me that.
Yeah, I know that. And I said to them, I said, what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm desperate for love and fame. You're only desperate for fame. Have some respect, you fucking dogs.
I remember it. That was good old days.
Hey, but I did get a chance. They were good old days, mate. I remember I was given 5 minutes, though, because I was given some special honorary award. They're like, now this guy hasn't won. Sophie Monk was hosting, and she's like, now this guy hasn't won, but he's certainly run the best campaign. Please give it up for Ash Williams. And I went up there. I was like, what do you mean I haven't won? What the fuck is going on? And then I just
really?
Then I just dropped my pants because I was wearing those gold hot pants. So
I was going to bring them up. I thought I wouldn't, but you've gone there.
No. The people who listen to the podcast, mate, it's like they're sitting on my beanbag in my apartment in Windsor where we used to sit.
Yeah, people listening to the podcast, you don't want to be sitting in his beanbag.
No, you do.
Windsor.
What I'm saying is they're part of the furniture. They're privy to every story there is. So,
furniture.
So then I undid the zipper, and Sophie Monkey's like, what are you doing? And I said, trust me, I've got this. And then she looked at me like, Jesus Christ, this is going to be a car crash. And then I just dropped my pants around my ankles and said, I don't know what I said actually. I might have said, who wants some, who wants some of this? No. I don't know, but I remember I killed. I did 5 minutes and I killed. Killed.
Killed?
I killed, man. I did like material like, you know, that it was like a political campaign and that I was going to be the next.
I vaguely remember this. I
had a full political campaign. I was like, because remember Tony Abbott was going around Australia on a bus? So I parodied that and we hired a double-decker bus to go around Victoria and then I campaigned through Sydney.
Yeah, I know because you would be on the phone to me. I was part of this. Was I a candidate or are you the candidate? No, you were the candidate.
I was the candidate. God, you're really mishmashing your memory.
Oh, no.
You thought that you were in Cleo Bachelor. Now, you've been a mum for too long.
No. I got confused then because I got distracted because I was thinking about what I was doing then. You know when someone tells you a story about what they were doing?
Right,
I was thinking about what I was doing. And I was like the face of Lean Cuisine back then.
You were.
And, so I was supposed to be.
By the way, can I just stop you there? Catherine tells me that every time I speak to her. I'm not joking. You would mention that every time I speak to you. You're like, back when I was the face of Lean Cuisine. I'm like,
yeah, but
yeah, I fucking know.
The thing is, no, but that wasn't even 10 years ago. It was less than 10 years ago. It was less than 10. But what I'm saying is that, did I tell you that I was like on the back of the Cleo magazine? Like, pictures of me, yeah.
Oh, with Lean Cuisine.
Yes, which meant that because I was on Cleo and there was Cleo Bachelor at that time, I should have been part of that. I think that actually wasn't when you were in it. I think that came after.
Yeah, I can't remember. No, that's right. The top three, sorry, Kath, the top three for me were Amon Sullivan. Second was Dan Ewing, who was on Home and Away and had a girlfriend. Third was Paul Verhoeven, who was on Triple J back then. Fuck, I was filthy that night. Filthy.
I remember being really disappointed for you because you had put in a lot of work, I must say, with the campaign and I can't believe I just said about being a candidate.
Mate, I spent thousands of dollars of Nova's money. Like I must have spent. No, I'm not even joking. I must have spent $15,000 to $20,000 on the campaign.
Is that a good thing to be saying?
Tough titties. I don't work for them anymore.
Well, you're clearly with those kind of comments, you won't work for them ever again.
Well, I kind of work for them, but I work for myself. They work for me now.
He's joking. He's only having a. They work for me. This is getting more and more Mission Impossible by the second.
We do need to wrap it up, Kath, because if anyone loves to gas bag, it's you. We used to hire the gold hot pants that I wore, right? So we were paying a daily hire rate from a costume shopping queue, Victoria, far queue, right? And
really?
And I think it was about $30 a day to rent these gold hot pants, and I had them for about 4 months. So let's get the friggin'. I'm going to do some maths on that.
Hang on. So what did you say? You had them.
Well, let's just say it was
$30 a day.
$30 a day
times 7 is 210.
Times 120. And this was one of my jokes. Well, it's not that much. It's like $3,500. It's still quite a lot. But that was one of my jokes on the night, Kath. So the night of the Cleo Bachelors, I said something like, hold for applause, standing ovations. I'm like, sit down, guys, sit down. You're embarrassing yourselves. And then I'm like, yeah, so I've been wearing these hot pants every day for 4 months, and Nova's been paying for it. So that's $30 a day for 4 months. Yeah, I've completely blown their hot pants budget. Yeah, I get. It's kind of like you were there. So big laughs.
Just for that effect that you had then, just for that, because I thought I heard a laugh in there that was really similar to mine.
Oh, you reckon you're in the default laughs with Rode microphones?
Yeah, just for that laugh and that sound effect. What's it called? Sound effect.
Mm.
I'm getting tired. You can tell.
I know what you're. Because honestly, you love to do this, and I'm not even joking when I say this. You will probably flick off an email to Rode today with an invoice.
Do you mean like the Rode podcaster?
Yeah, you're going to say,
the
hey,
people that make road podcasts up.
Heard my laugh in the default laugh
Can you play
settings.
it again?
I'll
Just
play it again.
Okay. I don't want to make a fool of myself
All right.
when I'm invoicing.
Okay.
Did you hear it?
The last one.
It goes just before the last. It goes like that.
Fuck, it does sound like you.
I told you one more time.
Last time, because seriously, there's people listening. Okay, that third or fourth last one.
Told you.
Do you want me to send that to you and package that up and email it to you so that you can accompany that with your invoice?
Yeah, if you could, that'd be great. And just for having that sound effect, I'll give you 5 stars for your podcast.
Oh, thank you, Kath. God, you're a radio pro. You've completely brought it full circle. I didn't have to do shit.
No.
So, Kath, thanks for joining me on the pod. Well, I'm going to call you again.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
You.
No, always love talking to you, whether it's on the pod or off the pod. Of course, thanks for joining us. The face of Lean Cuisine, circa 2010, Katrina Conda. You still going with the surname Conda?
I am Katrina Conda.
Do you not want me to say that?
No, it's out there now. No, that's okay, because then people will realise, right, you know, I thought I recognised that voice. That's fine.
They thought they recognised your voice from the magazine ad.
Remember laugh. And then in your rating, for those that are listening, I'll put Kath in brackets. All right, Dale?
No worries, Kath. And you know what? I'm going to give you a shout out too. You were one of the you're the only host, and I think people listeners of the podcast will enjoy this. You're the only double-ended host of Quizmania and The Mint. Is that correct?
Yes, I am the only one. Quizmania game show and The Mint, both.
Back to back.
Back to back. The only host that did it. Live television. Yes, I did. I didn't want to mention it. Glad you did, though. Did live TV.
Oh, Harrison's bloody home.
And that's my little boy. The white shop.
Oh, is he crying?
That's my little boy.
Okay. I'm going to fade you down now.
Oh,
okay. See you later, Kath.
Okay, bye.
Love you. See you, mate. Bye.
Love you.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Jesus Christ. That is the podcast. If you want more videos and you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/Ash Williams Show or call our hotline 0406 284 954. Voicemails, texts, live calls. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you with a brand new episode this Friday. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye. The Ash Williams Show is recorded in front of a live studio audience. But due to coronavirus, there's no audience, so you can't hear the laughs.